What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of FTB Skies. Guys, last episode we set up a tree farm back here, and since then I have made some changes. You can see it's going a little crazy, and things are chopping down way faster than what they were before. Yeah, I have installed 9 chopping pedestals up top. Although it looks like there's a slight problem where items are getting caught on top of those pedestals. There's not much I can do about that, or not much I really care about it, honestly. It's just gonna be maybe I'll log here and there and some other random things like those berries or whatever that is on that pedestal and this one. Anyway, so yeah, this is working really good now. So we have 9 pedestals and they are all configured to deal with a 3x3 area that's surrounding them, right? So yeah, we are chopping down these trees like crazy and everything is going real well. In fact, it's going so good. You can see there's items on the ground and our magnet pedestal is having a hard time cleaning it all up. So yeah, this is really good. Problems that I'm seeing here is these oak trees will sometimes grow to be the large, massive oak trees like this one, for instance. And the logs go outside of the boundary that the pedestals are set to. So you can see these over here are just going to sit here for forever, which is going to keep these leaves here for forever. And yeah, that looks kind of ugly, honestly. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is, since we don't get these large trees that often, they do happen, but they're not like every tree is a large tree. I think what I'm going to end up doing is put 4 more pedestals along the outside. And instead of it just being responsible for a 3x3, I think we're going to make him responsible for like these 3 blocks all the way down to the end, right? So however long that is, I think that's probably like 3x11, something like that. And then we'll have one that will take on from right here all the way down, and from like right there all the way down, and from right there all the way down, right? So we have 4 pedestals that are just going to handle the outside stuff when those outside stuff spawn. So well, it'll eventually all be clear. But yeah, so I went ahead and I made 4 more pedestals, 4 more work area cards, and 4 more chopping upgrades so I can do that. There's probably a way that we could do this with fewer pedestals, I would imagine. But with how cheap these things are, I feel like this is just the simplest way to do it. So this is what I'm going to do. I'll go ahead and get those work cards set up, and I'll get the pedestals in place, and we'll check out how this tree farm is going once that's done. Well, I think that solved the additional problem of having the extra leaves around the outside of our tree farm. I mean, there is a leaf here, and I'm not entirely sure why it's there, but I'm sure it'll despawn over time. As yeah, there it goes. As that leaf doesn't have the don't despawn tag applied to it. But yeah, we are up to a total of 13 pedestals, each with its own individual chopper upgrade. And as you can see, as these trees grow, at least the regular size ones, they don't last very long. But that's also producing an enormous amount of drops that our magnet pedestal has to deal with. And as you can see, there's a lot of drops on the ground here. I don't think we are collecting as fast as we possibly could. Yep, you can see in this chest, though, we have collected quite a number of logs, a lot of sticks too. We are really keeping up on the saplings, which is fantastic. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do as far as collecting items. I know that the pedestal mod, there were capacity augments. I don't know if that allows it to collect items faster. Maximum allowed to insert capacity dustry, whatever that means. I don't know what that means. Item transfer rate, but does that mean it can collect more at a time? I'm not entirely sure. It might be worthwhile for me to try like making the storage augment, try making the capacity augment, see if I can get these, well, at least the magnet pedestal to go that much faster. So I think that's what I'm going to work on next. Well, the obvious solution to having so many items on the ground is to just add in more of the magnet pedestals. Yep, I tried adding in, what was it, the capacity upgrade. I think we had some of those. Let me just go back to this real quick. Pedestal. Pedestal. Yeah. We were given 4 of these, I believe, as a reward for a quest. I first went to go craft this thing, but I need a capacity augment tool. And there is not a way to craft this as far as I can tell. I tried shift clicking the upgrade tool, and I don't think it ever goes to capacity augment tool. And since it doesn't do that, I don't think there's a way that we can craft this item as far as I know. In order to craft the capacity augment, you have to have the emerald, this in your main hand and then click on crying obsidian. But yeah, like I said, I can't figure out how to get to this tool, so I guess you just can't do that unless I am missing something. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I guess you can do it with regular obsidian too. Anyway, so yeah, and then I want to do the storage augment tool, and this requires netherite, so we ain't doing that. And again, that requires a storage augment tool. So anyways, long story short, I did try putting in the capacity into our magnet pedestal. That didn't work. But yeah, I just added in 2 more pedestals here. And yeah, I think our problem is essentially solved with trying to keep up with the amount of drops that this tree farm is producing. With 3 of those magnets going, we are definitely collecting everything, and there's nothing staying on the ground for more than like 10 seconds at a time that I've seen. Usually things just get picked up like real quick. So yeah, that seems to be really good. And then also I have upgraded this chest to a diamond chest, and you can see that we are getting quite full. So what we need to do is move beyond these upgraded chests into drawers, which I think is our next stop. So what we should do is take a look at the storage drawers. Well, more specifically, compacting drawers, I think is what we're going to want for a lot of these things. So this recipe is rather inexpensive. Pistons, stone, I think this is the default recipe. Some sort of a drawer and then an iron ingot. So yeah, that's not awful for the compacting drawer. And then we're also going to want the controller so we can link multiple drawers together. And that just requires 4 stone, 2 quartz, a redstone comparator, and 2 drawers. So that's inexpensive as well. Quartz. Yeah, so we started getting quartz from sifting sand unwaterlogged. And we have a bunch of it here. If we want to turn that into regular quartz, however, looks like we need to get a crystallizer with water in it from thermal expansion, or we can go into the enrichment chamber from mechanism. The enrichment chamber is going to require us to get a metallurgic infuser. So I feel like if we're going to do this, the crystallizer is the way. I don't know what this costs. This is a little expensive too. We need signalum plates, constantan gear, hardened glass. Is that difficult for us to do? Let's take a look. That is obsidian, quartz dust, sand, fire charge. That's not bad. Okay, so I think I'm going to go ahead and make a crystallizer. We'll get that going here. I'll make some signalum, which is probably going to require a few things here. That's redstone, silver, and copper. That's not awful. Okay, so yeah, so I'll just go ahead and make this crystallizer up, and then we'll be back. Right, so I just made the crystallizer. I plopped it down. We put an energy pipe on there. It is filling up. You can see in my inventory, I've been doing a lot of crafting here. In fact, I maybe made a mistake and crafted 4 stacks of 2x2 oak drawers. I'm sure we'll get use out of those eventually, either through crafting components or whatever. But yeah, let's try this out. So if I put a quartz dust in the crystallizer, how do we turn that into nether quartz? Let's figure this out. So where's the crystallizer here? Okay, so we need 2 buckets of water, and then we need quartz. Okay, so there's one. Let's go grab another bucket of water. I did get rid of the sugar cane, and I got rid of the what was the other stuff? The bamboo? Yeah, we got rid of the bamboo and the sugar cane. I figured we are collecting this just from sifting all the time, so there's no real reason to have it growing in the world. And it was starting to feel a little claustrophobic, and I wanted to see the water over there. Anyway, so let's put the other bucket of water into here. How long does this take? Literally forever, apparently. Literally forever. Where's even the bar? It shows it's doing something here. It shows it's doing something, but where's the progress? Oh no. Does it say how long this takes? Energy 5,000. Niter dust? Wait. Let's come over here. Quartz dust. Energy 20,000. So it takes 20,000 energy to do that. And we are using 5 RF per tick. So yeah, that's going to take literally forever. We have one thing. Maybe I need to get some speed augments in this. Okay, so we have our crystallizer here, and it was going really slow before. I did take an augment, the hardened integral component, and a flux linkage amplifier out of this pulverizer right here. And then I put it over into this, and it's going at a more reasonable speed. It's not like super fast or anything. and we could definitely speed it up further with more upgrades, but I feel like this is reasonable. So yeah, in order to make a controller, we did need, I think, 8 of these. We have to make 2 blocks of nether quartz. So we'll go ahead and do that, 2 blocks of quartz. The way that I'm feeding water into this is I did make a sink from cooking for blockheads, and I made some fluid pipe. Yep. So the sink is very inexpensive. It is, was it 5 clay that's been smelted, the terracotta, a bucket of water, and then 3 iron. You get your bucket back. So like, it's really inexpensive. Anyway, so now that we have this, we can go back to, where is it? There was sink, storage controller. Yeah, so we can go back to this thing, and I think I have all the parts now in order to make this. Sweet. So there we go. Storage controller, quest complete, storage controller. That's great. Under the storage mod, though, we need to get the different tools. Let's grab these. So I need a linking tool. So that is some paper, a drawer, gold, and a diamond. And then I also need the configuration tool, which is basically the same thing except an emerald instead of a diamond. I did also forget to mention that I put some chests next to our furnaces here, and we have them automatically pulling from the side. Yeah, so I put some logs into these chests, right? So these logs are turning into charcoal. We now have a bunch of charcoal down here that we have smelted. And I put a new chest up here, and this is where we're putting our charcoal input, at least for right now. This is all going to be removed at some point in the future, I'm sure. But anyway, the charcoal from this chest is going directly into the Stirling dynamos over here. So we just have one place to put in fuel, and then all of our dynamos get powered, which is fantastic. In fact, I should grab all this stuff and put it into here so our power continues to run. So yeah, we were just taking the logs from our tree farm over here and putting it over there. You can see we have significantly fewer logs now, but it's still quite a lot that's in here. But yeah, all this other stuff, we need to take care of that. So that's what we're about to do. So I'm going to be replacing this chest here with this storage controller eventually. We're just going to stick it there for now. And then we need to get some drawers set up. So I think what I'm going to end up doing, since we have like a lot of these things here, we could put them all into their 1x1 drawer and store like infinite of all of them. I don't know if that's really necessary. So I think I'm just going to use one 2x2 drawer, and we'll put like one of each of these things in there. And then we'll probably, yeah, I think maybe we'll keep all of the oak saplings, all of the sticks, all of the logs, and maybe all of the apples. Yeah, I'm not sure. I saw that we can make food out of this stuff. We take a look at the uses on it. Or maybe not that one. Hold on. Let's try one of these. We take a look at the uses on that. We can turn it into fruit salad, which is kind of cool. We can also turn that into nutritional paste, which I don't know. I saw there was a canteen from Mechanism a little bit ago. You can store 64 buckets of nutritional paste in there. I assume you just use that like you're eating food or something, but I'm not entirely sure about that. It looks like you can also put it into an injection unit if you're using the Mechanism armor to automatically feed the nutritional paste to you. I don't know if we're even going to do that or not. But anyway, let's go ahead and get these drawers set up so we can start collecting all of this stuff and not filling up this chest. Okay, so I went ahead and I just set up some drawers here. I think this is how we're going to lay it out. So we have log, sticks, and saplings here. By default, each one of these 2x2, or I'm sorry, the 1x1 drawers holds, I think, 2,000 items. I'm not entirely sure how much each one of these holds. I think it's 512 each, if I had to guess. But I'm not 100% on that. But either way, we have the drawers set up. I put it like a little frame around it. I put it up one block instead of on the floor, so it's at player head height. Yep, so we can just come down the ladder, grab these items, and then we're out of here, kind of a deal. Okay, so we have that set up, and we want those items to come from this drawer controller, the storage controller. In order to do that, we do need to link these drawers to this controller, but currently we have this diamond chest in our way. Do we have tape? Tape? Do we have packing tape or something? Measure tape? Oh, there is packing tape. Sweet. Okay, so let's go ahead and make this. That way we should, I hope we can package up that chest and then move it. That packing tape might only work, well, it does, it's its own mod. I was gonna say it might only work for the drawers itself, but yeah, maybe it'll work for that as well. So let's grab one slime ball, we'll grab one string, and I have paper on me. Let me try using this just on something random here. Let's try this. Shift. Oh yeah, you can do it. And then I assume you just punch it, you know, place it back, and then shift right click on it. Sweet. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for. Okay, so packing tape. We will package this up. Grab that. We'll punch it. We'll place this where it used to be. Like so. And then I need to extract using this pipe from there. And then put this upgrade back in. This upgrade is filtered. So yeah, we're only going to be extracting oak saplings out of the storage controller. And now we need to link this controller to these drawers, which is pretty simple. So we grab our linking tool, do a shift right click onto there. And then we want to add. So just right click, and then you can do a shift right click in air to do multiple. So I'm going to click from here to here, and now they're all linked. That's it. That's literally all we had to do. So now every time we collect stuff, it should be going into these drawers. We have 3 saplings. I don't think we had 3 saplings previously in there. We also have 3 of these white currants. Well, it doesn't sound like things are happening upstairs right now. Another thing we want to do is lock all the drawers. So let me do that. You can just lock the controller, which will lock all these drawers, but I wanted to make sure everything was in the correct place before I did lock it. So one final step that we needed to do down here. One final step. Yeah, so what I did is I stopped these pipes from going directly into the controller, and we are putting those into this chest right here. And from that chest, we're going to be extracting into the controller. Now, why would I want to do this? And the answer is simple. The reason why we want to do this is because these pedestals are just freely collecting whatever spawns up there on the dirt. If I were to accidentally cue my axe on the ground, it would pick that up. And then it'd be trying to put it into the controller. But there's no drawers that are available for that axe to go into, so it would be clogging up one of our pedestals, right? Yeah, it'd just be sitting on there trying to find a home. It would never find a home. So we are putting all the stuff that's coming from the pedestals into this chest, and then we are extracting from the chest into here. This is essentially giving us 27 spaces of overflow of mistake items. So like, say a pig spawns up there and dies from a tree like we saw previously, then this stuff would end up right into here, right? And then all the other stuff that we're being collecting will go into the drawer as expected. Let's test this out real quick just to make sure that is the case. We'll just throw some of this stuff on the ground. How about a torch and my axe? We'll just make sure all that stuff ends up in the chest. And there it is. Perfect. That's what I wanted to see. Okay. Yep. So everything should now officially be set up correctly down here. The only other thing that we need to do is we need to get upgrades for these drawers. We want storage upgrades so they can hold more, and void upgrades so when they reach their capacity, we're not overflowing into that chest, filling up all that storage. So let's take a look at the upgrades for the storage mod here. So we have copper upgrades, which is just a chest, some copper, and a drawer for the copper one. And then, yeah, I guess these are all going to be about the same. I seem to recall, though, you really only need copper upgrade. If you put 4 or 5 copper upgrades, I think it's 4, into one of these drawers, you'll end up holding millions of items. So you don't really need more than that. And then we are also going to want the void upgrades, which is 8 obsidian wrapped around a drawer. So that's a little expensive for us to do. We need to find a better way to get obsidian, but I think we have enough of our blaze powder for me to do it this way. So I think I'll just go ahead and continue using our blaze powder for that, and then manually mining the obsidian. So yeah, let me make those upgrades and then we are done with the tree farm. So I was just about ready to start getting a whole bunch of lava and making obsidian for our void upgrades when suddenly I noticed there was a secondary recipe here. Auxiliary cactus destroys excess non-primary item outputs type machine. But if you put that into your crafting grid, you get a void upgrade. So this is made with 1 cactus and 4 iron nuggets. And you can craft it back should you choose to. So yeah, Yeah, the cactus that we have been collecting, which has been blockified bamboo cactus badge. Yep, so we can take these and a bunch of iron nuggets, and essentially we have all of the void upgrades we could ever want, which is great. So let's go ahead and just do this real quick. Pig, stop pushing me. You're gonna regret it. All right, so yes, we have so many void upgrades. We don't need this many, not right now. But yeah, that's great. So there we go, quest completed, functional upgrades. Yeah, so I just need to throw these down into here. I did put in 4 copper upgrades into these, no upgrades into these, but we will put the void upgrade onto each one of these drawers. These I doubt will ever fill up. How much items does this hold? This holds 8.4 million. Yeah, I don't think we really need the void upgrades on those, but we'll put it on there anyway, just in case. And yeah, everything should be taken care of now. We won't have to worry about this. Yeah, and these did hold 512. All right, guys, so we just had a loopy spawn. And do I have a poppy? No, I don't have a poppy. Can I make a lead? I should have made one of these before. So that is 4 string and a slime ball. We do have slime. That loopy is flying around. Hopefully I will be able to make one and capture it within time. I should have had this done previously. So that, and this. Okay. Loopy, where'd you go? It's over there. All right, let's look at the loopy. Oh no, it's being poisoned. Come here, loopy, I save you. Okay, so quest completed, behave. It just dropped, what was that? Energetic sheep spawn egg. Ooh, energetic sheep. Splendorous hat. Applies an extra level of looting to killed entities. Oh, that's pretty cool. All right, so we have ourselves a bee. We completed the quest by looking at one. I don't have a fence post, but we can craft one real quick. That way we can just kind of keep the bee around. All right. Oh, it's still dropping stuff. I got another energetic spawn egg. Okay. And then let's right click the bee right there. All right, there you go. So yeah, unlike stone block, these loop bees don't despawn. They just kind of hang out. So this is basically how you get bees in this world. So that's pretty cool. I did see that. Why did my bee just die? I thought they didn't despawn. Anyway, I saw that the bee dropped some other things over here, but I guess those items had despawned. I didn't realize that a short spawn timer. Okay. Yeah, so reviewing the footage, it looked like there were some green particles coming off the bee, which I can only assume meant that it got poisoned by a puffer fish, which means it took damage, and it probably stung a puffer fish, right? That's got to be the reason why it died. But yeah, I think the loot bees normally don't despawn. Cool, well now I have a yellow hand because another mimic spawned and dropped this power glove. Yeah, so this increases damage dealt by the wearer, gives me +4 attack damage. So by default, when I punch something, instead of doing half a heart of damage, I did 2.5 hearts of damage. So that's pretty cool. That also applies to weapons that we have. So anything that we're holding now does that much more damage. So that's pretty sweet. So I ended up putting in a fence gate here with a pressure plate. I was gonna say trapdoor. With a pressure plate. That way, when we get pigs that are spawning in here, it seems like we only get pigs. But when they spawn in here, they don't go wandering around. They stay in this area, and eventually, I guess they'll either despawn or a tree will grow on them, and their remains will get collected. Yep. I got tired of hearing them oinking all over the island, so I put them away. I moved our frog from underground up here now that we have leads and a place for the frog to be. Yep. So frog's just going to kind of chill there for now. And also, since we were doing drawers, I have started upgrading our storage a little bit so we can hold all of our stuff. So the way that I'm doing this is the bottom row here is just our raw resources. So for instance, raw osmium. Above that, we have our smelted osmium, right? So all of our osmium is in one place. Above that was nothing. Basically, the things up here are like all the gems and other things that don't smelt into each other, but do have a compacted form, a block form, right? So yeah, we have our emeralds in the emerald blocks and our coal in the coal blocks, etc. Over here, we just had a bunch of other things that didn't really fit along this wall, but still work in a compacting drawer. These are all the things that we're getting from sifting, by the way. These aren't everything that we have. So yeah, like glowstone, it turns out you can actually unblockify this. I didn't realize that before, but yeah, you can just in the crafting grid do that, which is pretty cool. And then over on this side, we had a bunch of other random things that didn't really fit with the other stuff. So plants that we were getting from when our sand was waterlogged. I think this was from sifting dirt when we got these different chunks. And then, of course, the mycelium spores. And we're also getting quartz dust all the time from sifting our sand. Yeah, so with that change, we got rid of the chests that were in front. We pointed this wooden hopper into this one and that one into this one. And that's going into our storage controller. This controller is what is controlling all of these drawers over here. Yeah, so that's kind of the stuff that I have been doing here. I think that, you know, after setting this up, I like the layout, but now we have our storage over here. We have our storage over here. I'm going to have to be running back and forth a bit. I might end up moving these chests over to this side, maybe get rid of this row of dirt blocks or a few of these dirt blocks and place our chests right here and turn this into like our crafting area. Still deciding on that. But anyway, guys, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here for today. We're getting a lot of fancy stuff. Look at me. We got the golden hand. We got the golden claw. We got the top hat, the leprechaun hat. I'm not, what is that thing even called? What are you called? Let's find out real quick. So I say the right thing. Superstitious hat. It's the superstitious hat. Anyway, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, everyone. Oh, I also made diamond armor. I didn't mention that. And I'm wearing the elytra that we got. We don't have mending, so I can't be flying around a whole lot. But you know what? Actually, before I fully sign off, we do have firework rockets, and we have our elytra. We can fly, but we don't have feather falling. I need to be a little careful how I land. But anyway, I figured that I would put that on just in case we accidentally walk off the island and have a way to save myself, right? I think that makes sense. But anyway, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll catch you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.